Welcome to Tablenauts. My name is Max.
I'm Doolin.
And I'm Kenny.
And today we are back with a very special video. We are going to be doing a 10 by 10 challenge in the year of 2025. Now, we are going to be upfront in the fact that that's a lot of games, and we don't know if we're going to finish it, so don't yell at us. But we're going to do our best.
Yeah.
We want to challenge ourselves. We've each picked 3 games, and before we even talk about that, we're going to collectively decide on one game for a grand total of 10 games that we're hoping to play 10 times each in the year 2025.
We will. Guaranteed.
Doolin.
You heard it here first.
Let's do the math.
Or
real quick.
Tablenauts is over.
Let's do the math. That's 100 plays.
We can do that.
There's 52 weeks in a year. Mm-hmm. We meet once a week.
Never tell me the odds.
Approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Kenny, can you lay down any rules that we had for it?
I think general guidelines, we try to make everyone choose one medium, one light, one heavy game.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Max didn't do that.
Max
That's
didn't
okay.
do that.
That's okay, though.
But we do need to pick one collectively. So
Yeah.
where do we even jump?
I have 3 that I'm coming with, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Wow.
Let us hear it.
option number 1, arcs.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I think arcs would be a good one for us.
Yep.
You know, I think it's
That was my guess as to what Max's heavy pick was.
really, I think we could explore the
You don't know me at all.
No, I think I know what Max's heavy pick is.
You probably do.
Yeah. I think arcs with the
Oh, yeah.
campaign,
I'm an idiot. We talked about it before. Whoops.
I think the campaign, just like general, just kind of getting good at it will be fun. So I think that would be fun to explore. The next one is Dune Imperium, because obviously,
Obviously.
Yeah.
that'd be. I mean, especially with the Bloodlines expansion coming out, that'd be great to explore that. And the last one, this is probably more me than you guys, is Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint would be a lot of fun.
I strongly consider
It was
that.
on my short list.
Really, yeah, I think Shatterpoint would be really great because somebody could hobby together, play together. That'd be a lot of fun. So.
I personally, it's my favorite game of all time. I would nix Dune off that list.
Really?
I just think I want to play it physically.
Like you
still.
don't want.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I take Dune off the list
don't wanna play
if it's
it out.
mine. I don't mind playing it out. I play it all the time on the phone. But it just feels like for something like this, we should pick something that we cannot get elsewhere. I know that the physical play experience is not the same as the digital play experience, and I would rather play it physically. But if we're talking about games that we're going to be playing repeatedly, I'm going to play Dune a lot in 2025, regardless
true.
of whether we get it to the
That's
table
true.
or not. I don't know that I can say the same for Shatterpoint and Arcs.
That's fair.
Okay. Did you guys have any ideas?
I honestly will defer to you, because I'm very pleased with either of those. Spoilers, they're both on my short list.
Yeah.
So either of them gets chosen, I'm very happy. I didn't actually come with any to the table because they were basically the same ones you just mentioned.
Yeah.
There was
And-
one more, and that's Cthulhu Death May Die,
Yeah, that's a good one.
which
too.
was one that I wanted to put on the short list because I think we all enjoy that game. And that to me, it is all spoilers. It's also on my short list. Don't know if I'll pick it, but that to me is a game that almost is like best representative of why I do a 10 by 10, because it's a game I absolutely adore. I love that game, but yet we just don't play it much because one reason or another. And so putting it on this list would give us reason to play it repeatedly and play through the different scenarios that I've yet to even experience. So I'm not saying we have to pick one or the other. Again, all 3 of those are on my short list. I'm happy no matter which way we go.
So I do like the idea of Death May Die because the new expansion's coming. I should have it like in January. So.
You backed that.
Yeah.
Not the ones that
I
just
lean-
launched.
I lean Death May Die then. If we're about to
Really?
see new stuff,
Over arcs, really?
To be fair, there's still new
mean-
stuff we've not even seen. That's the thing with Death May Die.
I would love to play Death May Die.
Okay. You know what? I'm into it. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Death May Die.
May Die.
Wow. I got my way. And like I said, I was happy regardless. Death May Die it is. That's our
Death May
collective
Die.
number 1. Kenny, get us started here.
Should I write these down?
Write them down, Doolin. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Death May Die.
All right. So we'll start with my light picks.
'Kay.
Number
So
one.
my picks are kind of like light to medium. So I think we try to get the destruction of like light is it's considered anything below 2 on the BGG weight scale. Medium
Which again,
is,
I paid no attention to.
yes. Medium is 2 to 3.5.
Caveat every time.
And heavy is 3.5 and above. But whatever. It's not a big deal.
Whatever, correct.
I have 5 options here. There's a lot.
Are you gonna read them all off?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
throw them out. I have one.
And we're just gonna pick one.
Yeah, well, let's kind
We're gonna discuss.
Discuss.
No, I get to decide.
No.
Okay.
The first one is Raw.
Good.
Raw. Okay.
Okay.
Quick, probably 30, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be really fun to explore a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is a weird one. Marvel United.
Oh, I have told you I've wanted to try it
There's
again.
so much in that box we can explore. Max is shaking his head.
No, thank you. Not my decision anyway. I'd play
It's
it.
our collective.
That's
decision.
right.
Your opinion matters.
95-5.
Brian Baru.
Ooh,
That's
is
a
that
light
light?
game?
I mean, it's on the scale. It is like
Heck?
it's a little bit above
What the
2
hell?
on the BGG scale. So it's
Well, you did say under 2.
I did, but I pushed. Raw is above it. It's more heavier.
That's
Here's-
shocking.
Can we talk about the BGG scale? It's bafflingly bad.
Okay.
This is why I didn't pay any attention to it.
Okay, we can take Brian Baru off.
No. I like that pick.
I love that
Okay,
pick.
okay.
It's just not light.
It's just not light.
I figured Bottle Imp. I think a Trick Taker.
That was fun. I liked
that
Bottle
is
Imp a lot.
Short,
I'm
quick.
trying to remember. We've
Good
played
at
so many
3.
trick takers. I get them confused.
Bottle Imp was the one where
There's negatives and
Oh,
there's
the one that,
bottom
like there's a
middle.
thing in the middle.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And the last one
was fun.
is Foundations of Rome.
Oh, I do like that game too.
Big game.
Repeat them quickly.
Raw. I'm gonna take out the ones you said.
demanding.
Raw. Brian Baru.
Repeat them
Bottle Imp,
quickly.
Foundations of Rome.
My opinion is not the only one that matters, but I say Brian Baru, Bottle Imp.
Really?
Really? Okay. What about you?
What was the last one you said again?
Foundations of Rome.
Yeah, I think I lean Raw Foundations of Rome.
Well, that is not gonna work.
I know. Do you have like a number one?
I think
Number
Raw,
2?
I think Raw would be really. I think probably Raw.
Do you not like Raw?
No, I do. I'm just
Oh,
giving you a
okay.
hard time because I didn't pick it.
I would kind of say no to Brian Baru just
I
because
didn't get my way.
the length of it was probably the biggest impediment. It's at least an hour.
I'm
Is it Raw? Like, I mean, I know Raw can be 30 minutes. It's kind of like a
I
game
think
that
Raw's
can
much
end
shorter.
quickly, but
I think 30,
I feel like
45
it's an
minutes for
hour
Raw.
is usually what we played at.
my thought here is that like we want to be careful with the light ones, especially
Yeah.
without the length. I'm gonna be pushing
Bottle
for
Imp.
some area controls.
Yeah,
So
okay, yeah.
I'll go ahead and say Brian Baru. I would be considered like for the medium weight game. But
Sure,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. Brian Baru.
I mean, if we're talking light, it's Bottle Imp. It's the
That's-
only light
Bottle
one on
Imp's
the
great.
list.
It's true.
I feel like our games of Raw have sometimes only lasted like 15 minutes when we keep pulling the.
You guys are remembering it wrong. It is not a long game, but to say they lasted 15 minutes is a bit ridiculous.
So yeah, I'd probably be Raw Foundations of Rome. Foundations of Rome is just a huge game though. I don't want to.
I also, yeah, it's a long game too.
It's good though.
It's not like absurdly long, but I mean, you're talking 90 minutes.
I don't think so. Really.
With setup, maybe.
It sets up quick too. I don't know.
Listen, we can't all be wrong.
I think it's somewhere in the middle there. It's not short, but it's definitely not 90 minutes. I
Okay.
think ours lasted like 45. Is when we played it.
No chance.
We
I
play
would-
games fast.
I would put forward Raw.
I'd be more than
Wow,
happy with
look
Raw.
at that. Look at this
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I like Raw a lot. That's fine with me.
guy. Okay. Raw.
It's just not light.
Light medium.
I think I would consider it light.
I think it's medium light.
Maybe the box size is decepting. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's a small box. So it's got to be
But
light.
I do
but-
think it plays quick. I think 45 minutes is what we're gonna see on average for that game.
Yeah. It definitely makes me rethink one of my picks
Oh.
for light.
All right. What's your next one?
I didn't
You can go with
care
every-
about the BGG rankings.
whatever,
at all.
yeah.
But if I'm gonna look at this list and put them into light, I have 2 picks.
You don't have to do light. You don't have to do light.
I'm doing it.
I might start with heavy.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do this. I'm
Okay.
gonna do light because get them out of the way, and it's really obvious what's gonna be picked. It's like without a doubt. Dungeon Fighter is a possibility of a light game, which I think
Interesting.
Kenny
Could
would
that
love.
Would that last a long time?
What do you mean?
Each like it's like a proper almost D&D sesh, right?
Nah, it is not. It
Okay.
can be, but it is not.
Okay.
At least not to the best of my knowledge. What are you gonna say?
What is Dungeon
Speak
Fighter?
your piece.
What is this? Is the one like where you like run around?
No. What? That's called tag. No, Dungeon Fighter is like an RPG where you have characters that have special abilities, and then you have like monsters that you're going to be trying to defeat. The crux of the game is there's a target, and you have dice. Hello. And things that you're supposed to do differently, like
and you have to do
you have to like
trick
throw
shots
it
or
with
something
your
like that.
offhand, your non-dominant hand.
Between
Remy,
your legs.
Are you excited about this game too? Thank you.
Oh, he would be.
Not he would be non-dominant hand.
Under your legs, onto the board, with a bounce on the table, and it's like, do you hit the monster or not? Like, yeah, exactly. So it's like dexterity, silly, light, but also RPG adjacent. Yeah.
That is Dungeon Fighter.
pretty
I've
silly.
only played it once, but it was a game I
Interesting.
really wanted to acquire. This is debatably not light, but I'm going more off time commitment here, which is why I'm picking. And I want to preface this with a little bit. Got lots of cheating involved. I want to pick Trick Takers, but I think that we could also do King's Trick Takers and Trick Takers both, and like them be one.
It's made by the same people, right?
Yeah,
It's a trick taker
they're
game.
they're different, but they're like similar enough that I think they could be like one entry on the 10x10.
Are they
If
super
there's-
similar?
Is that it?
Yep, those are the only two.
I would definitely pick Trick Takers for sure.
That's why I said it would be an easy inclusion.
Yeah, I mean,
I would like to play Dungeon Fighter, but
I think we should still play it. I don't think that
Yeah.
we have to play it 10 times. But
The Trick Takers I think would be fun to play a lot.
are we locking that in? Are we doing
I
that?
think so.
I'm more than okay with that.
that was like the one that I was like, I'm picking Trick Takers.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's gonna
it.
go in.
Hey, look,
I'm
Max,
picking it.
I thought
That's
you
my
would
number
pick
one
it.
pick. So
You
what did I
got me,
guess
man.
you were gonna do?
You got me. Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna be bound by your light constraints. I'm gonna go straight to heavy
Wow. Okay.
because that was the hardest for me to pick. Number one, and it's the only reason I could see us not wanting to do this is because of time. But it's I lied to you guys. I did pick kind of a campaign game, and this is it, and it is Elder Scrolls.
Yes, of course it is. Saw that one coming a mile away.
Because this game's amazing, and I love it, and it's coming out at the beginning of this year. I probably will play it 10 times anyway.
Tell me your other things, then we'll go back.
Okay, yeah. Elder Scrolls,
Uh
Shatterpoint. It's a 3.49.
Man, come on, dude.
Shatterpoint's great. I wrote down one that I enjoyed playing in person with you, but have yet to remember the rules on BGA. But I would love to play this again, and I think that we can enjoy it for 10 times. I wrote down Ark Nova. You guys don't like Ark
Interesting.
Nova?
I like Ark Nova quite
I-
a lot, but to me it is a BGA game at this point in time.
Really?
I like
Maybe
Ark
I just
Nova
need
a
Joel
lot.
to help me remember the rules.
Yeah, Ark Nova's good.
I like Ark Nova, but there are other Euros I'd rather explore over it.
Well, fortunately, this isn't a you list, Kenny.
I'm just saying.
I just like to give you the same crap that you all should give me.
BGG says this is the heaviest of my list, although I would consider it not. Next is Spirit Island, which is one that I always love.
Yeah.
But we always go back to and we're like, man, we should play that more. And then we never do.
It's another good inclusion for a 10x10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the last one is not so heavy, but I threw it here because I didn't want to put it on my medium list, and that's El Grande. It's a 3.1. So not so heavy. But I'll say those really quickly. Elder Scrolls, Shatterpoint, Ark Nova, El Grande, Spirit Island.
I'll tell you now, love those games. My immediate thought is Shatterpoint or Elder Scrolls.
Okay. Those are my top two.
I personally would probably pick Shatterpoint, but the point of this 10x10 is to play games that we may not otherwise have normally spent the time and commitment for. You are both getting Elder Scrolls stuff. We're all excited about it and enjoyed it. I do think it's a good candidate for this 10x10. The Shatterpoint is probably a game that I would rather have on here. Depending on how you all feel, I think that Elder Scrolls is a good inclusion.
My biggest worry with it is the time.
Yes.
yeah, it's
10 plays in a year
because it
might
took
be
us,
really difficult.
It took us
Days.
four gaming nights to get through the
A
campaign.
campaign.
Yeah.
Now, we wouldn't have to do 10 campaigns.
No.
Each of those days would be
So that would be 4 plays.
4 plays.
Yeah.
For that one campaign. So we'd probably get through 2.5 campaigns. Unless we stretched it and just did 2 campaigns.
Sure.
Or we're actually on time and did 3 campaigns.
Or we
One or the other.
one or the other.
I
Were any of these on your all short list?
I'm really hoping that they can hear the dogs fighting.
Oh, I
in the
guarantee you they
background.
can because
Classic
we went back to
Tablenauts.
the boom mic.
Yeah. This is just really the content you come here for.
Yeah. According to our last video, absolutely.
We should get a dog cam so they can see Granger do the thing she is actually doing right now. Great timing. Wonderful timing. We would get demonetized.
I would, personal preference, lean towards Shatterpoint. I'm just super excited about Star Wars and the hobby aspect. So that would be what I would lean towards. I think Elder Scrolls would also be great, but
I'm fine with Shatterpoint. Like, so here's the thing. On my short list for medium,
he's like, here's the thing. If Elder Scrolls doesn't get picked now, it's going in every other category too, including light.
One of mine for medium was, and the reason why Shatterpoint wasn't number one is I've decided to go all in with HeroScape.
I was hoping you would pick that.
So that was a potential to throw out there, but the problem is I don't think I want both.
Why ever not?
I mean, I would be fine with both. What am I saying?
Why ever not? Why ever not?
What am I saying?
Go for it, man.
Anyway.
Okay, locking in Shatterpoint.
I think we're going to play Shatterpoint next year anyway.
Yeah, let's lock it in.
We're gonna lock ourselves for 10 plays.
Yeah.
Alright, so for my medium picks, I'm pushing a bit towards medium heavy. So
Okay.
these are don't judge me. Okay.
Too late.
I have two picks here.
That's happening regardless.
The one is I think you all know what I wanted to pick. Mm-hmm. That is Arkham Horror LCG.
Nope, sorry.
Despite that, I played one scenario with them and they liked it. I think
I liked it.
I just told him that.
And I think it'd be really
nice.
But Arkham Horror is best experienced as a campaign where you can see the change and the growth of the story. So
stop talking. Send it through. We're not going to do that to you.
No.
What's the other one?
Whoa.
Here's the thing, though.
How excited are you about the second one?
I'm pretty excited about this as well.
What is happening?
Because this year I'm also receiving
Earthborn
Rangers.
Earthborn Rangers.
Earthborn Rangers will be like Arkham Horror.
We have to hope that it gets there on time, though.
It
right?
should. I mean, yes, true. But we have to hope. Like, what we could do is we could say it's going to be Earthborn Rangers, unless it gets to October. Then we say.
So here's the thing. You've played a ton of Arkham Horror.
Yes.
So you're probably like, I'd love to try something new. But you also love Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
You've never really played Earthborn Rangers outside of like a TTS play or something like that? So you never. So like it could just
suck.
It could just not be nearly as good as Arkham Horror.
I mean, but it's a game I want to explore. Like, I hear it's very similar to Arkham Horror in a lot of ways, but it's more sandboxy. You kind of replace the Lovecraft theme with like a fantasy theme.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if we picked Earthborn Rangers,
and if it sucks,
and if it doesn't get here by say March, we pick Arkham Horror instead?
March, huh?
When is it supposed to get here?
He said March, huh?
Yeah,
He's like, I mean, it's set to be here in October. I just figured we'd really marathon it in November.
Well, it says it is in
March, huh?
That is so good.
They are printing domestically in America, so
that's good.
Hopefully, I think it would be Q1 we'd receive it.
Just lock it in.
What do you got? What would you guys rather play? Earthborn Rangers or Arkham?
I do not care. So if you're more excited,
I think my excitement for both is on par with each other.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care about either of them. Just kidding.
Put two constraints in Earthborn Rangers.
Okay.
If it's not here by March 31st, it's out.
March 31st. So April 1st.
That's my anniversary.
Not by April.
Yes. And if we're a couple sessions of Earthborn Rangers or 2 or 3 sessions and we don't like it, we can kick it off and we'll transition to Arkham Horror.
Deal.
Okay.
All right. So I'm writing down Earthborn Rangers, but really Arkham Horror.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm gonna jump to heavy.
Okay. Light, heavy.
And one of these is like debatably heavy, but
That's okay.
we can have that conversation. I think that for me, actually 2 of them are debatably heavy. I'm going to pick Kingdom Death Monster, obviously. We knew that was coming.
I knew it was coming. Yeah.
City of the Great Machine,
I knew that one was coming.
and Blood on the Clock Tower.
I didn't expect that in the heavy slot.
That's why I said debatably heavy, right? It's heavy for me if I'm the story telling it. It's not heavy for anyone else. But it's heavy in the sense that we're literally going to have to make game days for it. because this is not going to be 10 by 10 played unless we get at least 3 game days throughout the year
Which we could do.
to play Blood on the Clock Tower.
That's not.
No, I agree. We absolutely can do it. And if I were to put my foot on the scale at all, I do think that is the one I would love to play the most. Being that it is currently my second favorite game of all time, was my number 1 game of all time, and has only fallen in that spot because I just haven't played it. So giving me a good reason to play it, especially with you all. Playing it online with other people is one thing, but especially with you all would be even more of a reason to go for it. But
You would lean that over KDM?
yeah, I think so. I think KDM is a game that I loved sharing with you all and would love to share with you all more, but it's also a game that I can play solo if I really want to get into it. It's also a game I can hobby and still kind of find fulfillment in that game, even if I'm not playing. So it's a game that I found, there's like several different outlets for it. Blood on the Clock Tower requires a group. It requires commit from other people. There's no way for me to get any enjoyment from Blood on the Clock Tower without other people. Whereas with Kingdom Death Monster, I can solo it, I can paint it, I can just look at it if I want, whatever.
I would say I'm cool with, I would be for Blood on the Clock Tower if we also count online plays for it. If we're all there, the 3 of us.
To get it done, sure. I think we should try to go for it.
I agree. We should prioritize in-person plays.
Yeah.
But I think we do need to make an actual effort to get in-person plays, but not limit ourselves to only in-person plays.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I think maybe if we can do but I mean, I think it'd be just fun with our Discord community.
Oh, I agree. I would love to play with our Discord.
So I think maybe if we try to do half-half or something.
It's fine with me.
I think that...
Or maybe we'll just play it and then be like, wow, we're going to do this every other week again like we did for a while because it's so much fun, and forget the 10 by 10. We just want to do it.
10 by 20.
Right.
I'm going to wait. On my light. Light, I think I have a million choices.
Okay.
And I think I could round out our list because I think I'm picking last. And so I've already eliminated a few based off of other picks. Okay. So I think I can keep doing that. But medium, I have 1 that's like a heavy favorite. Followed by 3 that I love, and so I'd be comfortable with any of them. I hope that you guys at least want one of them.
Can I guess?
Go for it.
I don't know that all these are going to be on there.
Okay.
Babylonia, Tammany Hall, The King is Dead.
2 out of those 3 are on there.
Got him.
What about Wild Wild West?
That is also on there.
Wow, we know you so well.
Yeah, well done, guys.
There's Machi Koro on there.
No.
Oh, that's in your light game category.
So, number one for me is one of my favorite games of all time. I just never get to play it. And I want to see if after multiple plays, it will still be one of my favorites. And that's Tammany Hall. Mm-hmm. Love the area control.
Tammany Hall's wonderful.
Catch-up mechanics and all of the little things that you get to give, backstabbing each other. It's pretty fun.
Great game.
The next 3 I have written down are Wild West, Babylonia, and Heroescape.
Heroescape. I knew it. Why didn't we say
you already said
Heroescape?
Heroescape.
I know. Yeah, we could have guessed them all.
Yeah.
Babylonia, Wild West, Heroescape, Tammany Hall.
Yes. Those are my 4.
That's a banging 4, Doolin.
You like all 4 of those?
I love all 4
okay,
of those.
Good. I picked them thinking you guys would enjoy them.
If you had King is Dead on there, I would have been like, get out of here.
I didn't think... I know you guys. You guys have both said it's a good game. It's not your favorite. You like Brian Boru more. I almost put Brian Boru on this, but I did not because I prefer Tammany Hall. Obviously.
Yeah, I agree. Tammany Hall, Heroescape, Wild West, Babylonia. What you thinking, Kenny?
I would say maybe since we do have Shatterpoint on it, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
maybe
Heroescape doesn't have to.
And we're gonna play that too. So
yeah.
Maybe
I'm
that's
getting all the new stuff.
We just need to play that, but maybe it doesn't need to be the 10 by 10.
And I'd also maybe say
I do really want to play it though. Don't.
Yeah, I know you. You told me.
I
have to paint these ones now too.
Oh, do you really?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
good. Actually, they're gonna look better.
Kind of fun.
Babylonia. I think
the one time we played, you were such a little butt.
We've played twice. But
I almost included Through the Desert because I did really like that one too. Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready to play it 10 times.
Yeah, I think Babylonia. I worry that it's not going to be as good at 3. It's kind of like a real king making vibe, you know.
Oh, how do you know that?
Yeah, I know.
From experience.
Yes.
I will say, on top of Wild West, I almost put / Planet Unknown. Because I do think Planet Unknown's best in person.
Wild West all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Wild West is better, but Planet Unknown is really good.
Plus, if we don't put Dune on here, that's a shout out to our boy Paul Denon.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So Tammany Hall and Wild West are our 2 right now that we're leaning between.
I think you should pick.
Yeah, I'm happy with either of those. Love both those games. I think that Tammany Hall is perhaps a game that you will get more out of with more plays.
Yeah.
I think the Wild Wild West is a wonderful game that I would love to play, but because it is not super interactive, it's the draft is the only really interactive aspect of that game. It's like playing it 10 times the same people is not going to grow on you. Whereas Tammany Hall is a grower, same. Right. So it's like one of those that you can get more out of the more you play with the same people.
Wild West, the only thing is the different cities, right? Like that would be the only reason to come back a whole bunch of times, and it just being fun. But Tammany Hall is the reason I threw that one as my number one option is because we don't get it played very often. It's one of those like Death May Die where I love it, we just never really have time to go back to it. So that would be easily my number one.
Let's do it though. Let's do it. Lock it in.
I appreciate you guys. That was my like overall number one too.
Wow.
So.
Very nice. Happy to include that then.
So okay,
your last one, Kenny.
Death May Die, Raw, Trick Takers, Shatterpoint, Earthborn Rangers, Blood on the Clock Tower, Tammany Hall. So far, pretty fun.
The fact that we have Arkham Horror, Blood on the Clock Tower, and Shatterpoint, Kyle might just leave. He might just leave. I think we should pick Tend, Oath, and what's one more
that he hates.
All right, so for my heavy picks,
I still haven't done my life.
I'm picking to get on.
I still haven't done my last pick.
Medium.
I don't do that.
So for my heavy picks, I'm picking to get on Kyle's good side because I picked all big crunchy Euros.
Okay, we need one.
We do not play those.
We do need one,
and I would like to. So I have 5 here to choose from.
Ooh.
So the first one,
I like that.
Brass.
Okay.
The number 1 BGG game. I think plays pretty quick, probably 90 minutes. But the 3 of us, it's good.
Let me tell you one thing. That was on my list.
Oh, really?
I will not be picking it if you don't pick it, though. So, just so you know, you can't just leave it for me, okay?
It seems like a threat.
Yeah, it is.
This is another one. I don't own 3 of these, but I'd be willing to pick them up if we choose it.
You don't?
Have you played them?
No.
Wow.
Next one is Kanban EV.
Whoa.
It's a big Lacerda.
Whoa.
I've heard so much from Kyle, Jeff, and Jamie.
Yeah,
that's fair.
They all really like it. It seems like the most approachable of the Lacerda games.
Not true. Mercado de Lisboa is way more.
Yeah, that's fair. That's like a medium weight light game, maybe.
Okay.
I know what you mean.
Kanban
Of their big box games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Next to Anachrony or Trickerion.
I love Anachrony so much. Anachrony's great.
Both big games.
I could
Thematic
teach
heroes.
us.
Yeah.
No Hansa.
I don't know if I'd rather. I don't know.
I thought Hansa was going to be guaranteed on that list. No Estates.
Oh, Estates. But again, it's like 3, right?
You said Anachrony and what?
Trickerion.
Trickerion, which Kyle goes on and on about how great it is.
And the last one, I don't think you guys will go for is Underwater Cities.
Yeah, I'm not going for that one. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Tucci.
Okay.
Isn't that who it is?
Yeah.
Tucci?
Stanley Tucci?
Is that his name? Is it Tucci?
I don't know. it's Turtsy? I don't know.
What is it?
Shit.
Isn't Stanley Tucci a director?
Well, he's an actor.
Actor.
Or director. God, I don't know. What is it?
Dylan's gonna edit this out. Anyway.
Underwater Cities is who?
I'm not. I'm leaving that in.
Vladimir Suchi.
Suchi. I knew. I was like, Tucci is not right, but it's very close.
But it's very close. It was very close.
Okay, so we'll take that out because Max said no. Brass, Kanban EV, Anachrony, or Trickerion.
Man.
Crunchy Euros.
I personally would vote Brass out of these 4. My second pick would be Kanban.
If we're worried about length.
Wow, Anachrony says 30 to 120 minutes.
Yeah.
But away to 4.
And then
It's not that bad. It really isn't.
Yeah, and Kanban.
I'm saying that. You guys told me I like
Kanban is away to 4.3 and 60 to 180 minutes. I will say, both of those are listed as best at 3.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Kanban and Anachrony.
I'll tell you, personal preference, love Anachrony. So, love that one. It would be easy for me to, I wouldn't have to learn a new game. But I love learning new games. And Brass is the number 1 game of all time, and I've never played it. So it's like one of those things I feel
Which one?
I
Birmingham?
need to play.
I have Lancashire.
You have Lancashire, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
That's like the classic take on.
I mean, I'm fine with either. But
Which most people say Lancashire's best at 4, Birmingham's best at 3. Is that correct? Or does it really
I thought it was
matter?
flip flop, but I'm not sure.
According to BGG, that it's best at 3 is Brass Birmingham, and best at 4 is Lancashire. But BGG is probably stupid anyways. We all know that. So
I think the enticing thing about Anachrony is, number one, all the deluxe upgrades. I love that.
I mean, you would love those little robot minis.
I'd paint those minis up, yeah. But also, like, there's a lot of expansions.
Do you not own it?
No, I'd have to pick it up. But all the expansions as well. Like, there's a lot too. Like the Fractures in Time expansion.
I've not played any of those expansions either. I would. I don't know. I would be fine with any of them, mainly because some of our best friends love these games. So
yeah, I agree.
I'd be fine with any of them, to be honest.
Wow. Okay. So
I'll leave it. I'll give it to you too.
So Underwater Cities it is. Write it down too.
Nope, that was not.
Was that your number one?
Not part of the agreement.
God, that's
just by my brief looking, Kanban would be the longest of the bunch, followed by Trickerion. I would say those are probably my 2
Brass and Anachrony.
top now. Brass and Anachrony.
That's what I said. So pick between Brass and Anachrony.
Underwater Cities. Write it down, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do Anachrony.
Okay. Wow.
Kyle's gonna be disappointed. No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I will make the commitment here to try to at least play those other 3 games at least once.
Yeah, we should definitely play Brass.
I want to play Brass.
Yes.
I want to play Kanban. I want to play Trickerion for sure. Underwater Cities I will play, but like
I won't.
all right, I'm gonna go let your dog.
Thank you.
All right,
Are you still locked in?
It's written in pencil, so can you easily be
It's written in
changed.
pencil.
No, we'll do Anachrony.
Okay.
Okay. This is obviously my last pick, but I have a handful here.
Okay.
And I'd like to at least give them the light of day and just talk through them real quickly.
Dang, I keep forgetting to pull out the games
Yes,
as I
you
talk about them.
have. You
Can you
have.
pick Brass?
Like I said, it was on my short list, but I told you if you didn't pick it.
Why not? Like,
Because we need a little fun in here too, okay?
this is all fun.
I know it is. It is. We've got Raw, Trick Taker, Shatterpoint, Earthborn Rangers, Blood on Clockyard, Tammany Hall, and Anachrony. I mean, that would probably give me some street cred because Trick Takers and Blood on the Clock Tower, I'm probably getting kicked out of the board game club at this point in time. Kingdom Death Monster, still on the short list. I don't expect it to get picked, but it's there, just in case. The next most obvious, Arcs.
Yeah.
Arcs. The next the next Leader Games game. Like I even mentioned Molly House earlier, though. Is that Leader? Yeah, it is. That is Leader. Yes, I knew it was Cole. I just wasn't sure it was Leader, but it is. A game that I've played 4 times, I think. Really, really like Arcs a lot. I would love to return to that repeatedly, especially trying out the campaign, because we've only played it with the leaders and lore. We've never added in any of the campaign stuff yet, so that would be interesting. Harrow County would be the next one. Okay, Kenny grimaced, so it's a no from Kenny.
I just feel like at 3, it's kind of forcing it, you know.
That's Jay said his favorite way to play was at 3.
Okay, all right. Well, what do I know?
I mean, the designer specifically said. I mean, why do you feel it's forcing it? Just because it's primarily a 2-player game?
Yeah.
Imperial Spells and Steam, probably the least on my list here. I really like it, and it is on the lighter side, which would probably help us for a 10x10. It's not a long game. It plays really well at all player counts, 2 to 6. It's just a really fun engine building game. I just think it's a good time. I like the art, the world, the components. It's all delightful, and another game that I would like to revisit. The next 2 are the 2 that we have never played or I don't own. And that would be, on my shelf, over there, never played it, Imperium the Contention. Terrible name. But I hear it's a good game. And it's like a condensed 4X experience.
Okay.
That apparently plays really well at 2, 3, 4. It's a lot of card play where you're building up like your... I mean, I've never played it, but you're building up your faction and how you're going to navigate, attacking your friends and stuff like that. I think it'd be a pretty mean game, one that I think we'd get a lot out for playing it multiple times, but it's hard to put on the list having never actually played it. And then lastly, the game that I would have to actually go out and acquire, but I have played once, though you all have never played, is Bus, which is a really wonderful, weird...
Can you find it?
Yes, it's actually back in print with
Okay.
Capstone.
Cool.
So it is not impossible to find these days. And that's a worker placement game. You're manipulating time. You're building routes. I think it played really well at 3 the one time I played it, and it's another game that's been out of print for forever. I've always wanted to play it. Now it's back in print. Kind of a perfect storm, an opportunity to jump on that. So let's start whittling this down, if you will.
Okay.
My 3 that I like: Bus, Arcs, and Harrow County.
You like Harrow County? You were just... I mean, this is YouTube, not podcast. Sorry.
You were really impassioned in your little diatribe.
I did write a persuasive letter to my children, or
to your children,
to my parents as a child, which convinced them to get me a dog. So I said, "Picture me walking my dog." So picture me playing Harrow County.
My 3 would be Bus, Arcs, and Imperial Spells and Steam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like Bus and Arcs.
Yeah.
Is the 3 there. Do you not like Harrow County that much?
I do like it. I don't know if I would want to play it 10 times.
But that's the game that you need to play 10 times. That's the thing.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like so asymmetric and different. I'm not going to sit here and argue.
I want to play it more, for sure. I don't know. Harrow County would be number 4.
That's fine. So Arcs and Bus.
Throw it in there.
No, we don't need to. Arcs and Bus.
I was thinking more Imperial over Harrow, just because I've only gotten to play Imperial once, and it was one that I was like, I would like to revisit that.
It's a good game. I like that one a lot. Arcs and Bus. This is a tough one. Arcs we own. Bus we don't own. Arcs we've played. Bus you all haven't played. Mm-hmm. I feel like the obvious choice is to just go with Arcs, but
it's also campaign.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Choose if you want to do a campaign or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do a Bus campaign?
Bus is Bus, you know?
Is it bussin'?
It is indeed bussin'. In my experience, Bus be bussin'.
That'll get us with the Gen Z crowd.
Yeah, they're going to love that.
Yeah.
Skibbity Riz.
Well,
no cap.
No, it's a bad thing.
Oh, eat it up. No crumbs.
Bad. Ohio's bad.
Well, we all will do that.
I'm sorry, Kyle. This video he's gonna hate.
He really is. I think he's gonna punch us in the face next time he sees this.
Right.
Probably with his arm that has the Ohio tattoo on it. I want to get any sort of riz
street cred
with the Euro crowd. Then
they've already stopped watching.
They would want me to pick Bus.
They stopped watching when we said Blood on the Clock Tower was a heavy game.
BGG doesn't lie. I've said that as much. BGG is the most accurate website in the world.
The 3 is like a medium.
Kenny, will you just shut up? I'm just kidding. Arcs. We'll lock it in.
All
I mean, I do think I want to acquire and play Bus.
Sure.
But it feels like the right thing to do is to pick Arcs.
I want you guys to remember that.
Unless you pick Arcs, then I would have picked Bus.
No, mine's a light game.
Oh.
I've not picked a light game yet.
Bus is kind of light.
Just remember that this is our list. We have to add in a light game.
What's he doing here?
I'm not. I just don't want you guys to be disappointed.
Don't
I shouldn't have ended with.
Dare say Bino.
This is like opening up your stocking stuffers after you've opened up like all of the big gifts. Right?
Yeah, it's like ooh, another Pez.
It's like Doolin. I think you keep trying to live down the fact that you play baby games, and you're ending your list with baby games, and you're
not helping your cause.
You're doing this to yourself.
I think you guys will like these. Hopefully. Okay.
Doolin's like, that's not true. I don't play baby games. I just played Bino and Filibust and Tiddlywinks.
Are you guys ready?
What are you talking about?
Okay, hold on. We want me to read our list to make you guys feel better?
No. We know our list.
Okay. For light game. I have Fantasy Realms, which is one of my favorites. I think it'd be easy to get 10 plays in.
Would be. Almost too easy.
Next up is one we can play at the end of nights pretty easily, and it's also one of my favorites. And they have an expansion coming out that I want to buy. Is Acropolis. Great game.
It's a good game.
Love this game. Played it with you guys at a convention and enjoy it. I don't have all of them, so those are the only 2 that I brought. Max, this is a gift for you. It's not on my list.
Oh, I'm just going to pull it for more than you were ever going to list it for.
Yeah. Next up is
Thank you.
High Society, which I loved playing with you guys, but we have Raw, so I don't necessarily need
take it off.
We don't need High Society.
Your shirt.
Next up is Dice Miner, which is one of my favorites.
I hardly know her.
Favorite light games. And then the last one, so we have right now, not Unlimited, not a High Society. So Acropolis, Fantasy Realms, Dice Miner, and then lastly, I don't know if we can play it at 3, but I would love to go back to this game, and it's mind management. I think it'd be perfect for
Yeah, you can play it
a
at
10
3.
by 10.
You can play it at 3.
Just because...
Not a light game.
Not like, but I would, out of those picks, Doolin, I would absolutely love to put mind management on there.
Would we need to buy it again?
No,
He owns it.
Can we, like... I can't remember. Do you, like, tear things apart? Is
No.
it like
No.
a campaign?
You just unlock. It's the shift system.
Okay.
Each game, the person who loses unlocks a little bit of an ability that
How does that
impacts
work
the
with
next
3?
game. Well,
Well, 2.
one person plays the hider, 2 people would play the finders. I mean, they
You
have
don't
their
have
own
that
name,
kind of
but-
game on here.
Yeah.
One versus many.
agreed. Doolin, you should pick mind management. I love that.
Are you cool? What do you want out of those?
My management
Okay.
is number 1.
Okay.
Your other picks do not excite me. Mind management, though.
None of those excite me either, but they are the most light game. Fantasy Realms and Acropolis would be the 2 I would pick. But
I pick
mind
Fantasy
management is certainly the most exciting of the bunch, in my
Okay.
opinion. Review the list.
We
is
have-
it too long?
I think it might be.
Is it too long?
So maybe I'll wait to lock in mind management.
no, lock it
no,
in.
no, no.
Okay,
Lock
okay,
it
okay,
in.
okay.
Mind management is not long, so.
It's not short either.
Number 1, Death May Die. We chose it as our consensual. I mean, all of it's consensual,
Consensual.
but
Essential.
That's not the word you want to use, Doolin.
I mean, that is a good word to use.
Yeah, sure.
you know what I mean.
Consensus?
Consensus. Sorry. Number 1. Kenny chose Raw, Earthborn Rangers, and Anachrony.
Mm-hmm.
Good picks. Max picked Trick Takers, Blood on the Clock Tower, and Arcs.
I'm the only one that picked the light game, FYI.
Which one?
Trick Takers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would even consider that light.
Okay, but time-wise. I'm the only one that
Okay.
picked the light time-wise.
Sure.
Raw is pretty short.
You all say this. It is not a long game. But you just said...
We're really hurting ourselves.
Someone was like,
here.
oh, Ross, 15 minutes. Bull crap.
I never said that.
I might have picked the longest games. I have Shatterpoint,
Yes.
Tammany Hall, which is at least an hour, probably.
I mean, Earthborn Rangers and Anachrony are probably longer.
They're pretty long.
those, yeah.
And then Mind Management. So Shatterpoint, Tammany Hall, Mind Management, Trick Takers, Blood on the Clock Tower, Arcs, Raw, Earthborn Rangers, Anachrony.
Death May Die.
Death May Die.
Are there any we want to reconsider? We should put this on there.
All of them. All 10 of them. Just redo it. I love the list. It's going to be a
Nightmare.
challenge. This is a true challenge.
Yeah. I was going to say Shatter. I really want Tammany Hall in there. So Shatterpoint, maybe. I would be willing to take
I think
away.
we all want Shatterpoint on the
Yeah,
list.
I watched
Yeah.
that one.
We all want Shatterpoint on
I
the
love
list.
mine, so I don't. I'm good. We'll lock it in.
I'm happy. I mean, I love mine too. I think I am going to get some crap from the comments for picking Trick Takers, Blood on the Clock Tower, and Arcs.
I think Trick Takers. I really like Trick Takers and Arcs, but Blood on the Clock Tower is just gonna be the weirdest one, just because it's not.
I think it actually might be one of the easier ones.
I think so
True,
too.
so I think
play because we'll
it'll take out a rotation on our
yeah
our weekly game.
Yeah, like it won't be played on a standard day.
yeah.
It'll be a whole different thing.
It'd have to be scheduled, and
we're
we can
giving
get a whole
ourselves
bunch
the
of friends
option to
in.
play online. Yeah, so
And I know I'm going to get crap for that game, but like I can't think of a better use of a 10 by 10
Sure.
than a game that me and you both had as our number 1 for a time. Mm-hmm. And then we just
it's not my number one
you told me it was your number 1
No, it's not.
at one point in time.
at most.
Oh wait, no, you're right. No, you're right.
At
I'm
most.
sorry. You're right. You're correct. And it was your number 2, and it was my number 1 at a time.
In the comments, let us know which of these that you think we picked that was really good,
Unless you're going to say, oh no,
and then
yes.
which of these definitely shouldn't be on the list.
Unless you're going to say mine, in which case shut your mouth.
No, but let us know. We want to know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. All those things that we normally say, and we love you, and we hope you have a really good, happy holidays.
2025.
Yeah, and 2025.
Hope you play lots of games.
Root
100
us
of
on.
them even.
Bet in the comments if we'll finish this or not.
Yeah, like what's the over-under here?
What does that even mean?
Over under 70.5. No, 69.5. How many plays?
I don't know what that means.
It means you bet over or under. Do you think we will get through 69.5 plays? Meaning 70 plays. Because you can't pick 60. Because you break it up. So it's either 68 or
That's
70.
what that means. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely get that. Easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
70 plays. Over or under. Let us know. Anyone who comments over or under, we'll put you in for a giveaway. we'll give away a game. I have a pile of games over here. Just make sure you comment over or under. If you include one of those 2 words in the comment, I'll make sure it gets filtered out for the giveaway. And then just let us know in that comment as well how you think we'll do. Our best picks, our worst picks. We'd love to hear it. And we'd love to see you next time on Tablenauts. We'll see you then.
I didn't pick a game.
I didn't pick anything.